Hi, it's Stephanie Mell at Church Street Family Hospitality. I'm so excited to sit down today on the podcast with Greg Willson, our GM at Purveyor. We started doing these podcasts behind the scenes because I really thought it'd be interesting for people to meet the people behind the scenes in all of our restaurants and concepts. Okay, I might have actually thought maybe getting tired of seeing me, but I think it's fun to kind of start to meet the team, so to speak. And so, like I said, I'm here today with Greg, and we're just going to chit chat a little bit. So I hope you all enjoy. So, Greg.
Yeah.
I think one of the most interesting questions I can ask is, how did you get into hospitality, and how long have you been doing this? Like, where did you start before you got to GM?
So, I mean, with all stories, especially with hospitality, I started at the bottom of the totem pole. I was that lowly SA. I did the grunt work. I feel like that's what really worked out for me, and my molding of a manager and just molding of a person. Because, as you go through those things of like, making sure that everything is done for a server or making sure everything is done for the restaurant, you start to realize like what things are, where things are, how things should be. And then, it kind of molds you on what you can do better.
And you get
or
to
how
do it from like a 360-degree distance.
It's not my
like
fault.
you're-
If something happens,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So I was one of those that, started off and I was like, man, this is great. So all I have to do is just assist, run food and, not break a plate. That was
We
my goal.
appreciate the not breaking of
Hey,
plate. Yes.
I totally understand. Now as a manager, that means goals. That's
Yes.
golden goals. But
And for those who don't know, SA is server assistant.
yes.
And so they're the people who are kind of, you have your server who takes your order, and then they will bring your dish to the table. They might fill your water, stuff like that.
Yes. So I did that for a couple of years, and I started off the corporate way. So it was a stickler for the timing and tempo of certain things. And, I learned how to do the things in a particular way. And then I started to see how servers did with their tables and how they talk with each other. And, at the time I was super quiet and that was great. So I was a service assistant. I didn't really have to talk to anybody.
Right.
And, as time went on, I kind of got out of my shell and had to start talking to people and, engaging with a lot more people, and people started to notice. And so I started to be a server, then from server to bartender to actually, building rapport with a lot of guests. And so I started there and, made my way to a manager assistant and then manager, then general manager. So it just started from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be in your blood. You kind of know
Yeah.
instantly
You-
this is for me or not.
You really do. It's a niche that you're like, you know what, this was made for me. I have chaos running around all around, but I am running through with no problems at all.
Yeah.
And just being that small, calming sense of purpose for people around me.
And
that's
problem
how-
solving on the fly and
Exactly.
customer service, even if you don't feel well or something happened, servers, that's just, it's, I don't think people give enough credit to the skill set needed to be a server. And so I like when people start as a server assistant, because like you said, you kind of get to look and say, is this something I can do? And then, did you always work in fine dining, or did you work your way up to fine dining?
I would say upscale fast casual.
Okay.
And with that, that's basically a tier away from fine dining. And, we still had our steps of service, making sure that, we cleared the tables and make sure that everybody had the things that they needed for the next course. But it was more so our goal was to get as many people into the door, get them in, get them out, get them fed.
Yeah.
But as I came to Church Street Family, and learned that the experience is what people really is wanting for.
Right.
It's you're going for the best experience, or we are cultivating experiences to the guests. Like we want them to have a great experience with whatever they got going on.
Right.
There's just another
1.5 hours of joy. That's like
Exactly.
telling, just give somebody 1.5 hours of joy.
Exactly.
So did you ever think you would be GMing a Michelin restaurant and transitioning from a non-Michelin into a Michelin. It's not like coming in after the fact.
Listen, my my goal was honestly to just give the guests the best experience. And, Michelin was like insane just to think about. And my goal each day was just to give the best experience every single day. Ever so often you'll go in and say, I want to do something better. But my thing was I wanted to have a consistent guest of experience,
Right.
and try to give them the best possible time that they ever had.
I guess you achieved that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So what would you say was the most surprising thing about working at Church Street Family?
Honestly, you and Matt. I gotta say, you all really, it is a family. And I mean, I'll say every family has its problems and ups and downs, but I mean, it's who you stick with and who you ride with. And, I really enjoyed the camaraderie with the servers. Our turnaround rate here is, since I've been here, everybody's been here since I've been here. I haven't had anybody be like, get out of here. It's not been that way. We strive to give chances after chances and to give people chances to be trained and do the things right. And that's what I really enjoyed about working here.
Oh, that's nice. So, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's funny because if I talk about Mazara's, which is, we used to say Mazara's is casual dining with a fine dining twist, and Purveyor is fine dining with a casual twist. And so even though you probably get the same level of experience, it's just totally different. So in all of your serving, did you have to memorize your menu also? Because that's like a whole different part of it. Now they do that at Mazara's too, because we have quality, amazing servers, but.
So it's almost like, I would say with like one of our dishes here, we have the triple beef. You have to know the ingredients. You have to know where it came from. You have to know the type of cooking style. These are the things that you want to kind of build a picture for the guests.
Right.
You want them to know what they have, because we don't have pictures of the food. Our job is to give the guests experience and also create in their mind what we're trying to present to them. So like for the triple beef, you're going to have the red beet gazpacho on the bottom of the plate. Then you're going to have a bitter green that's on the plate as well, which is a freshly lettuce. It's going to be a little bitter. Then you also have a prosciutto, golden beet prosciutto. That's going to give it a little spice to it as well. It's one of the best dishes and well-rounded dishes on the menu. Like, I would go and eat a bale of that triple beef salad. It's amazing. But just explaining dishes about all the things that we have here, and our menu changes. Like,
Oh my gosh.
next week we're gonna have something totally different.
Yeah. Oh,
But
sorry.
just being so intrigued about why these things incorporate to another thing, so you have a well-rounded dish, it just makes the world for us.
And that's the difference when you go to a fine dining. It's like you can ask that server almost anything about anything on the menu. And not only are they going to tell you what's in it, but they're going to tell you how it was prepared and how it tastes. What's your favorite dish on the menu at Purveyor?
So, I mean, right now, I'll say that triple beef. But
I could have guessed.
but right now, that short rib Wellington is really good as well. It has the spinach, it has the mushrooms, it has a short rib Wellington that's been cured overnight. Then you also have the potato mousseline on the bottom of the plate.
Yeah.
It is amazing. So you're gonna have nice roundiness. It's like fullness into your mouth. It's like it's amazing.
I do think dining here is an experience. Chef Abner recently put that strawberry
Tres leches?
Tres leches.
Yes, it's so good.
So I think people would be really interested. Do you taste everything that goes on the menu before it goes on the menu?
Yes, I have to.
Worst job ever.
It is. And you know what? It looks on me sometimes, but I really enjoy it. Yeah.
People ask me, and I'm like, I try, but I don't always get there in time, or so I'll come in and then I'll eat to try it. And, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Which is also part of it, right? So the servers get to taste this before it hits the floor. So when they're talking, I'm not gonna say 100% of the time, majority of the time they've tasted the food, seen the food, but they've also probably had a one-on-one with the chef about the food and what his like thought process was.
Before we start our shifts, we do have something that we call lineups, and that's when we kind of take our steps of service, our wines, our cocktails, our spirits, but then also our food, and that's when we explain and make sure that every server has that chance to actually know what we have on the menu. That's pivotal because we change it every day.
Yeah.
So you have to be there. You have to be there to know what this is, how this is, why this is. And then we ask questions because somebody's going to ask a question that we don't know.
Is it gluten free? Does it have fish stock?
All of
Is
that.
there nuts in this? These are the questions I hope we're asking.
Yes, because, with that, I mean, people's lives are in our hands.
Yeah.
We don't want people to ever have an issue or have a bad experience.
What is your favorite part of Purveyor? I know you're managing people and but we've got some fun things we do here. So
We do. I gotta say, our quality of experiences are the best thing for us. Like we do something that we call Supper Club, and I really enjoy that because that gives the chefs and us a different theme each month, and we get to do something different every single time.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of where Supper Club was kind of reimagined. Although we change the menu so often here,
Yeah.
I just wanted to do one thing that's they can stretch their culinary, techniques and try something, and then
Yeah.
who knows, it ends up on the menu. The forbidden rice was a Supper Club item
Yes.
that we ended up putting on the menu. So I tell people all the time, you're all our guinea pigs. We're really just testing stuff on you.
Literally, you are our test subjects. I apologize.
I know a lot of people who are like, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
So Supper Club's super fun, and so dining experience is usually a game or a demonstration or something going on with Supper Club. So there's always kind of some hooting and hollering and excitement and stuff. So it's
Supper
fun.
Club is our time for us to like sit back, relax, get a very good meal, but then also have a quality experience at the same time. Like my goal for people at Supper Club is to relax and just honestly enjoy the show.
Yeah.
We have so many things that we do. We have a magician to come by. He made
Belly dancer.
Exactly. Literally a belly dancer. That was crazy.
That was great.
But we have so many things that we bring to Purveyor for people to experience, especially here in Huntsville, that, we want people to enjoy, that they may not usually see here in Huntsville. So.
Yeah. And authentically as we can make it. So I last year I think challenged you as I do all my GMs of what are we missing? What can we do? What's something exciting we can kind of bring? And you came up with an amazing idea that was super successful. Talk a little bit about that.
So we had we brought art shows to Purveyor, and that's what we're going to start doing quarterly as well. It was a space for local artists and artists to actually bring their wares. I want people to see things that they haven't really experienced, or artists that they haven't really experienced, and also have really good food that pair on and wine that tastes really good as well. But for our first one, we had Anna Castellanos and Ase. They brought in their paintings. It was a fantastic art show. We had a DJ, which was pretty exciting. And, I feel like our next ones will be cultivated to the same type of artistry and different types of music to kind of pair along with that. I think that, giving people a space to actually show what they're about, I feel like that's the best thing that we could do as a concept and also as a group to give people this place to actually do things that they really enjoy.
Brought in like a whole different genre of people and age groups of people and very creative. And
it's really cool because I will say Huntsville is a multicultural town.
Yes.
It's one of those places that you will find anybody and everybody. And so you have to have a space for that. And I like to see everybody enjoying everything.
I used to say, Church Street family, we are very come as you are. You do not have to dress up. I should probably talk about that. You do not have to dress up to come here.
Just a shirt, shoes,
Shirts, shoes,
pants, no
service.
problem.
Right, no problem. As long as the shirt, shoes, pants, no problem. All the shorts are welcome.
Yeah,
If you're
please
rolling
do.
off the lake and you're like, I really am jonesing for a steak, this is the
Yeah.
place to be. Absolutely. And I actually have a Shay's artwork hanging in the front room.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. So I was so excited he could be here. And so doing those quarterly, I think it'll be super, super fun.
Yeah.
What would you say, people watching, what would be most surprising to people watching that they don't know about the restaurant industry?
Every experience is different. Every concept is different. Ours is not like everybody else's. Especially around town or around any other restaurant that you may come upon and you say, well, mine was better, or mine was this. Our job is to give you the best quality steaks and best quality foods that in our wheelhouse knows how to do. So we do curate a lot of the best chefs that we have around town. We are very particular about who we have to work with us, because we have a type of rapport that we would like to show and give. And
I will say, I should do a spotlight. Abner, who's with us from Hot and Hot Fish Club
Yeah.
and Ovenbird, both Michelin recognized,
Yeah.
and under Christy Hastings for, my gosh, 6 years, is really bringing an amazing flair.
Yeah.
I think that
Like-
just
it's
buckle in because it's going to get crazy.
it's the quality of the food and also the types of ideas that he brings to the table. And it's one of the things that, I've seen with some chefs, they don't like to, explain the things that they have. Or you're going to eat it and you're going to like it. He's one to actually give his ideas and then also take on ideas. I feel like he's one of those that'll actually like cooperate and actually ask for input. And that was what I like about him.
Which, the servers are at the table talking to the people. So they have a little inside baseball of what people are thinking. If I was thinking of something that people would be surprised to know, it would be, I find this all the time, not every visit to every restaurant is always going to go 100% the way you want, right? So there are just instances sometimes in the restaurant industry where someone may spill some water when they're pouring it, or food, they may have to remake a steak. There's things that are happening that we're serving, gosh, I think 150 people or anywhere from 90 to 150 people a day. So if you think about that, I said, 'cause we did 150 yesterday, right? So let's say we average 120 people a day. We're open now on Sundays, so
Yes.
7 days a week. You do the math. That's a lot.
Open on Sundays.
Open on Sundays.
on Sundays.
That is a lot of people to make happy. And so I'm always looking at reviews going, gosh, let's just stay in the 2%. Negative. Yeah. And we do better than that. We rarely ever have people that leave unhappy from the experience with the servers to the table. And what would you say would be,
How do we
trying
mitigate
to
that?
trying to think of a fun story without necessarily showing the bad things can happen. But if you had one funny story of just, and I've been that table at restaurants
Yeah.
where I've literally had a manager come up and say, you know what, you're our table. You're
Yeah.
just that table. The servers tripped and spilled salad all over me, I think, at this one table. We spilled something else. It was like 3 things that happened. And Matt and I were like, we're just going to laugh because
Yeah.
we understand.
Yeah.
But do you
I
have
did
any
that
fun
last week.
stories of, okay, last week?
No, it wasn't last
Okay.
week. I promise. I've had many stories. It's kind of like traumatic stories, but I try to stay away from that. But no,
This is why we drink.
exactly. I would say there's been many situations that we've had that the recovery.
I won't even see necessarily here, like in your span.
Okay,
Of
so
12 years,
all
did you
right.
say 12-ish years, 13 years in this
Yeah.
industry?
So I so there's been many situations, and different concepts. I will say that, with the quality of the concept and the clientele of the people that you work with, um, you find an eclectic different types of people. So
And
people who usually are around tables that shouldn't be around tables are usually around tables. Those who are very klutzy or can trip
yes.
over their own feet, or even the guests. So we did have a guest at one particular establishment that just did not like the bottom of their shoes to the floor. So they slipped and fell and knocked into a table that had a bowl of soup. Then the bowl of soup was near a baby, and the baby was, it was a lot. It was a lot. So trying to recover a table like that, yes, that is our table. That we try to recover and make sure that the guest is safe and healthy, and the baby is okay.
So we've also had instances where a date wasn't going so well.
Yes.
Yeah, those
Yes.
are those are the interesting ones because you really got to tiptoe around it. 'Cause
You really do.
You can see like
We
if
see the
guy's
resolve.
really- yeah.
And that's kind of what you do as a manager. You're the ultimate people watcher. Your job is to make sure everybody's having the best time.
Right.
So if you're looking on and you see a guest that's like, you know what, they're not having a great time. They're actually arguing at the table. We just dropped down the wine and said, "Hey, how are you?" And some very choiceful words came out their mouths. And how do you deal with that?
Right.
So we've had certain situations where we've had there, and the recovery is, quick. Try to get them in and out as quickly as possible. If they want to
Yes.
enjoy themselves, pay attention to their needs before they need it, so it doesn't become a issue for them to argue about.
Right.
So it's just jumping to whatever they need. That's kind of what we do. Our job is to be people.
I'm
watchers.
going to add your business card, people watcher.
Exactly. Hey, I'm looking. I'm looking. Yeah.
We're watching
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, catching it is the key, right? Catching it being like, oh, this table has a problem. What are we gonna do? I've had servers go, they're arguing. I'm like, that's okay. You follow your steps of service.
Yeah.
ABC it. If they get up, just say, would you like me to box that
Yeah.
for you?
Don't ask too many questions.
Don't
Just-
ask too many
Just
questions.
anticipate what they may need. You see an empty glass and get a full glass.
Uh,
If they didn't ask for it, hey, it's on me.
Yeah.
I apologize.
yeah. And there's the occasion, especially when we're busy, that so the way that it works, that the hostess greets you, takes you to your table, and then they have a little piece of paper they hand to the server. The server may
Yes.
be inundated, and then all of a sudden that table doesn't get touched for a modicum of time, right? And so how do you recover from stuff like that? Is there a specific person you're like, you're better at this than maybe you put a different server on it that can
Yes. I mean, aces in places. You
Yes.
always put your people in a place where you want them to succeed the most. So for us, I mean, we really do hire people who can do the job correctly.
Yeah.
So we do have people who are quick on their feet as a host. And then also our servers, I teach something, say something, do something, or come and get me.
Yeah.
I'm always around looking, but they're always around looking too. You always got to take your blinders off, especially when you're in the restaurant and hospitality industry, because there's always something going on. Those are the things that you really need to teach people to do, especially if it has been 20 minutes for a guest to get sat down and it takes you a while to get there. How do you recover? Apologize. But also just be there, and overly pay attention to the things that you do.
For quick, we say, I need these apps on the fly. We say jump the line.
Yes.
We want to get those out quicker. And working as a team, because here we don't have sections. Everybody touches everyone's table. Everybody does hands for everyone's table. So you have a lot of people at your disposal to kind of solidify that.
Yes, we keep a lot of people on just to make sure that that one table has everything that they have. We want to make sure that their service is seamless.
Right.
And if there is a problem, to always
Just quickly.
address it quickly and make sure that the guests doesn't even know there was a lapse in time. We want them to enjoy their glass of wine and then also a piece of bread with chive butter. Fantastic. But we we always want to make sure the guest is having a great time.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sitting down with me.
Yeah,
Is there anything
great.
you want to add that you think people should know, whether about you, about Purveyor, anything?
Listen, I will say Purveyor is an amazing establishment. And our job is to make your experience the best experience possible, but we want you to have fun too. And, come in and enjoy us on Sundays. That'll be great.
Open on Sundays. Well, thanks so much for sitting down.
Hey, no
I hope
problem.
you guys got a little sneak peek to the people behind the places and Church Street family. I'm excited to do these podcasts, and stay tuned for our next one. Cheers.
Awesome.
Cheers.